Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, made for that shit.
Big facts, man.
Yeah, I've always thought like it's kind of weird that the elbows aren't covered by a pad, your shins aren't covered by a pad, your foot's not covered by your heels.
And then
not
you
covered
gotta start
by a pad.
right in front, like they did it old school. Like y'all gotta start right in front of each other, and just get the bang. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I like bare knuckle boxing, very interesting, but not for me.
No,
definitely not for me, man. Yeah,
even if they come with a big check.
Nah. I mean, because it makes you
a little bit of hesitation.
I mean, because I'm thinking about that check. You know, but at the same time, though, it's just like, man, your health is everything. You know, and people come out looking different with bare knuckle boxing. You know, Paulie Malignaggi, you know what I'm saying, versus Artem. That shit was crazy. Paige Van Gant, like, come on, like you get rid of your money. You know what I'm saying? Like you a pretty ass girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to be in bare knuckle boxing. Chris
Lieben, he fought in bare knuckle boxing and it looked like he got hit with a hatchet.
Yeah,
his whole face was busted.
Nasty,
open.
man. And then you just get cut up because of the knuckles. You know what I mean? So you just got all these little splits down in your eye. Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. It's just too much.
But do you think that it's like is there an argument for doing that at MMA for eliminating gloves? Because if you don't have pads on your knees and your shins and your elbows and all the other weapons that you hit people with, why do you have pads on your knuckles?
Well, that's good, but it's the break of the hand. You know?
Right, but doesn't that make it unrealistic to be able to just wildly
I didn't know they were trying to make it realistic. I thought they were trying to make it a sport.
It is a sport, but it's a sport of fighting. And if you have no padding on all these other areas.
So here, let me show you King of the Streets. This is real fighting right here. So it's KOTS, King of the Streets. Yeah.
Who was fighting?
No, I don't know the names of these fighters. I'm just about to show you this. Okay. Like this form of fighting. It's a promotion. This is real fighting at its element. You know what I mean? Because they fight outside. They fight in a warehouse. And as well, they don't have any bare knuckle, like nothing. This is King of the Street. This is real fighting. This is what UFC can't do this.
Underground Fight Club.
Yes.
So
look, everybody got a face mask, everything like that, because they don't want to get exposed out here just in case of murder happen.
Is that a mat? Like, what are they fighting?
They're not fighting on the mat. That's concrete.
No.
That's cement.
Really?
That is cement. Yes, sir. And they actually pretty popular right now.
With sneakers on.
Well, yeah, that's a real fight.
Wow, sneakers on concrete.
You outside with it.
But bro, you get KO'd and you fall back.
And they got many. They got many KOs. Yeah.
If you get body slammed on concrete, that is fucking bad.
So one dude got rocked with a left hook, right? Fell down, and as he fell down, the dude kicked him right in his face. And like my man just sees it out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now this is brutal. But this is the closest thing that you get to a real fight, because this is a real fight.
It's a real fight, and the only thing that's covered is they're wearing sneakers. Why are they wearing sneakers, though? I feel like you shouldn't wear. First of all, you shouldn't be wearing running shoes. Oh, this dude is just getting pile drived.
So you take your shoes off, Joe, before a fight?
No, I wouldn't. But I wouldn't wear those.
You said you would.
I wouldn't wear those shoes. I would wear wrestling shoes.
You wouldn't wear them Skechers down there?
I would wear wrestling shoes. Wrestling shoes are lighter. They have no. If you have cushioning under your sole, that cushioning is making you unstable. It's making you move. Like if you have running shoes on and you're going side to side, you're not fully planted on the ground like you are if you have wrestling shoes on.
Right.
Wrestling shoes would be the way to go.
Big facts. But but in a real scenario, you would never have wrestling shoes on and getting ready. And then you ain't gonna pause somebody like, hey, wait, let me put these wrestling shoes on. Because I done been in street fights. I didn't know the element. I used to work security in St. Louis, and I worked security for like 8 years, bro. Too damn long. But the only reason why I worked security, man, because it was so fun. You know what I mean?
Really?
There's so many different stories. There's so many different things that's going on, and just being out there in that environment, because like and just regular life, like ain't nothing going on for real. You know what I'm saying? Just having a regular ass job, you know, and I'm fighting still and I'm just training, but this is where like the fun part of it, the nightlife, you know what I'm saying? Almost being, like I said, the John Jones. So I'm glad I didn't get signed earlier in my career, because I would have had a bunch of little crazy stories to tell. You know what I'm saying? No, for real, you know what I mean? So, but luckily I was able to mature over time. But regardless though, like I done seen the street element where a lot of guys think because they train jiu-jitsu, because they train boxing, they train, you know, MMA, that they gonna be good fighting in the streets, but there ain't no rules, bro.
Right.
I done seen dudes be calmly like, oh man, I don't want to fight you because you do, and I got a beer in their hand and smash their head in immediately. Yeah. But they not even seeing like just the body language, right? You're not paying attention to certain stuff, you know? And I feel like a lot of guys that train the discipline, which is nothing wrong with training the discipline, but they use that alone to think that's going to save them. You know what I mean? You got to actually have the mentality that, like, you know, you are going to end a threat at any given moment by using anything that is necessary at that time, you know? And a lot of guys don't do that, because I seen guys on the floor thinking like this is a jiu-jitsu match, but it gets stomped out.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like different things like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like people be having the wrong idea when it comes to like jiu-jitsu, wrestling, MMA. Like that ain't the core element of fighting itself.
Well, if you're fighting like those guys are on concrete, that is a whole different ball game.
But
especially with takedowns.
That's a real fight though. And like I said, I never do nothing like that. Never for no amount of money. You know what I mean? I
bet they're not getting paid very well either.
Nah, not at all. They just going viral. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They just going viral, you know? But besides that though, but I do respect it because at the end of the day, that is real fighting.
Oh, it's real. Yeah.
Period.
Especially on concrete.
Yeah, big
If
fact.
you're on concrete and you're fighting a wrestler, you're in deep shit.
Yeah.
You're in deep shit.
Well, hold on. I didn't see wrestlers get knocked out though.
Oh, that happens too?
Come on now. I didn't see like, you know, because they thinking just double leg itself, but do pulling your hair.
That's true too.
Adding stuff to it, like you know, headbutting, like
right. If you're only a wrestler,
big facts, you know, because you thinking like your actual form of wrestling, you get in the wrestling stance, like, come on, man, like, what are you doing? Like, but I didn't seen it before. Like where people actually pick a stance, like to get in, that's not real fighting.
Right.
You don't even show that threat. You just make the move.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like I said, you eliminate the threat as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Detroit Dust. You know what I'm saying? Dale Brown, you know? But he speaks about it as well because it's just like you want to be in the most calm position as possible if you amongst somebody that's trying to fight you. You know what I mean? Now, if you know this is about to go there, like you shouldn't show that you want to fight them. You should actually like be more calm and be more whatever. And then once they actually make that move, that's when you counter whatever. And hit whatever part of the body that you can.
Just be aware.
Always be aware.
Always be aware.
You know what I'm saying? Always be alert.